Welcome to Grit Gym. We're going to go over 5 different topics that you can do today for when you need to take your shirt off this summer. And if you're interested in learning more about what we do with people when they come into our circle and how we do this and how we set it up and how we strategize for your specific circumstance, go to gritgym.com/SS. You sign up for a free strategy session. You and I will sit down. We'll go about 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll figure out a very good strategy, a very good plan moving forward, so that you can get the most out of the time that you have before you're going to have to take off your shirt this summer, because it's coming, right? So we need to lose some fat. We need to put on a little muscle, and we need to do it in the shortest amount of time possible, because you can only take about 1 pound off per week if you're doing this in a healthy manner, and you can put about 1 pound of muscle on per month. All right, so what do we need to do? Well, these are 5 different things that we need to do. We need to work on our intervals, because those are going to be our things that are going to burn the most fat the fastest. How do you do that? I'm going to show you in a second. We need to work on resistance. We need to build out our nutrition so that it actually works for our lives and so that we get benefit out of it. We need to work on our water intake because, well, for reasons I will get into later, but definitely stick around for that portion of it. And we need to up our recovery game. If you don't have enough calories going into your body because you're trying to lose fat, which you do need to do if you want to lose fat, then you've got to sleep more to get the magic of all the stress that you put on your body. Because all the stuff that we're going to go over here in a second is designing a stress to get a result. Okay, we get the results, or we design the stress during the workout, we get the result while we recover. So what is high intensity interval training? We need to up that. High intensity interval training is a better form of cardio, but it is cardio. Okay, this is anybody in the fitness world that is getting any kind of benefit and seeing any kind of results in fat loss is doing high intensity interval training. Now the thing is that it can be it can be done in a lot of different ways, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the heart rate to spike, and then we're trying to get it to come down and spike and then come down and spike and then come down, because our bodies, all humans are not efficient this way. We're trying to do the most inefficient form of that our bodies form of cardio that our bodies have. Our bodies are extremely good at going long distances for the same pace. We're really bad at doing the rest. So we might pick up a kettlebell and we might do swings for 30 seconds, and then we might go down and we might do push-ups. Let's say we're going to do a yoga push-up, so we're going to get here and we're going to fold back out. We're going to get here and fold back out. Let's say after we're done with that, we're going to come down and we're going to grab a set of rings. You know, we spent 30 seconds there, and we took 30 seconds off, and then we did 10 push-ups, and then we come down here, and we roll under. Well, I'll go all the way down. And we get 10 rows, let's say. And then let's say we go and we grab a jump rope, and we just sit here, and we pound out jump ropes for 1 minute, all right? Then we give ourselves a 1 minute rest. We go right back into the kettlebell, right back into the push-ups, right back into the rows, right back into the jump rope, and let's say we do that for 4 rounds. That's a form of high-intensity interval training, where you're hitting it really hard for a short period of time, and then you take a little rest. And you hit it hard, and then you rest. And you hit it hard, and then you rest. And the purpose of that is that it drives our heart rate through the roof, burning a ton of calories. In effect, later on, when we're recovering, we get the benefit of that. The difference between that and just jogging for like 5 miles, let's say, if you go jog for 5 miles, you are going to get, it's called EPOC. It's how much your body continues to burn more calories after the workout. But it depends, because if we just go run for 5 miles, that window where we're burning more calories, it's going to last for about 1 to 2 hours. Whereas with what I just showed you, that interval training type stuff, like that will last up to 36 hours later. Okay, so that's a lot more time. I mean, that's like 36 times more, 18 to 36 times more time that you have spent in this caloric consumption. Okay, so it's much more superior to fat loss. All right, so that's the first thing we need to do. We need to up that high intensity interval training probably 2-3 times a week. The second thing that we need to do, we need to increase our resistance training. Okay, this is the thing the fitness industry is most confused about. Okay, resistance training is not high intensity interval training. Those are 2 very different things. High intensity interval training is cardio. I don't care if it's a squat and a swing and a push-up and a row that look kind of strength-esque. They're not strength. Okay? They're not strength. And if you're interested in learning more about how you should do this for yourself, okay, give us a call. It's gritgym.com/SS. You'll go on there, you'll sign up for your strategy session, and then you and I will schedule a time to sit down and talk about and plan this stuff out. Because it's different, it's a little different for everybody, okay? But we know conceptually, everybody, basically, almost everybody needs to be doing a form of high intensity interval training. It depends on what is the best way for you. And then we needed to be doing resistance training. Resistance training was where we wouldn't be out of breath when we go grab the implement, whether that's a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a barbell, whatever it is. We might do deadlifts, we might do squats, we might do a lot of different things, but we're going to take a lot more rest time in between. Okay? But we need to get that resistance training because we need that healthy stress on our body. Okay? You'll always, when it comes to like cardiac rehab, this is the biggest mistake the cardiac rehabbers making, is that they're putting them on treadmills. Put them in a strength training scenario. Okay? Because then you're building the nervous system, you're putting pressure on the muscles, and you're putting stress on the heart. That's what you need to do. Strength training still puts stress on the heart, right? So strength training is also where you get hurt, and high intensity interval training is where you get hurt if you screw it up. So you do not want to do that. That impedes all progress. You will not be able to shred out if you're banged up, and then you're going to be mad when you have to take off your shirt and you're all pasty and soft, right? We want to get to a good place when we're there. So resistance training, a lot of rest time. Make sure the exercises are appropriate for you and that you're using the technique that works for your body. Okay? The third thing we need to do, we need to get our nutrition under control. The best way to do this, if you're a professional, you're an entrepreneur, you're not a professional athlete, well, we'll say that way. You need breakfast, lunch, dinner, no snacks, no cheat meals in between. You can have one cheat meal per week. Okay? That'll make sure that you're good at least 80% of the time. Hey, clean up that diet. Eating clean might be a little subjective, but I think most of us know enough to make better decisions. Okay, everybody knows enough to make better decisions. Now we need to start making them. So breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, breakfast should be your second largest meal. Lunch should be your smallest meal. Dinner should be your biggest meal. Have fun with dinner. Do not leave breakfast to be optional. Lunch is small, just enough to give us a little bit of a hit to push out into our day the way that we need to, okay? The next thing, we need to get our water intake under control because we want our kidneys working the way that we want them to work. Obviously, that's like redundant saying, but if your kidneys work better, your liver doesn't try to take over your kidneys, that means that it can process more fat and you can lose more of the gut, okay? So we want to get, the easy way to do this, because not everybody needs to be drinking a gallon of water a day. The easy way to do this is get 1/4 of your body weight in ounces before noon, okay? It's half your body weight in ounces, but if you waited until 8 o'clock at night to slam water, then you're going to be up in the middle of the night peeing. You don't need to do that, okay? So you get 1/4 of your body weight in ounces. So I weigh 230 pounds. How much do I need to do? That's 115. Then we need to back that down, so that's like 57 and a half. Right, of ounces per day. Did I do the math right on that? 230, 115, no, 67 and a half. No, 55 and a half. 57, whatever it is. Huh? All right, so 1/4 of your body weight in ounces before noon. That'll make sure that you set your thirst mechanism so that for the rest of the day, you're getting the water intake that you need, okay? This isn't absolute for every single person, but for the most part, and there's different strategies involved here, but if we're drinking enough water, all the other processes are happening, and you're not feeling as hungry all the time, which means you're not reaching for crap. You're putting water in your mouth that doesn't have any calories and is going to help you with that fat content. Okay, the last thing, you have to recover, okay? We did a certain amount of stress on our body here. We did a certain amount of stress on our body here. We gave ourselves a stress by design, a good stress, that our body needs to recover from. Okay, there is no such thing as being overworked. There is such thing as being under-recovered. So we need to make sure that we're going to bed earlier and earlier, all right? That doesn't mean you got to go to bed at 8 p.m., but we know that the difference between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. is 8 hours, right? But that's totally different than if we went to bed at 1 and woke up at 9. You want to go to bed closer to 10 p.m. Every hour before midnight is worth 2 hours after midnight. So you want to go to bed 10, 10:30, 9:30, somewhere in that window so that you're getting the most quality sleep so that you can recover from what you did here to get the most out of what you're doing here and then push out into your day the way that you need to. Because you don't need exercise to dominate your life. Your life does not need to revolve around food. Your life needs to revolve around the purpose that you're here for. Okay? Whatever your purpose is, you're pushing out and you're trying to do this thing, you need energy to do it. but you want to look good while you're doing it, man, that's the whole show. I know that was kind of intense, but that's the whole show. That's what you need to do. You are here for a purpose, okay? You have to use these to drive that purpose, okay? Everything that you do with us, every workout, every meal, every time that you're thinking about how you set up your recovery structure that we're going to go over in your strategy session, is so that we can help you push out and do your thing in your life, because that's my purpose, man. That's my purpose. My purpose is to help you do your thing, okay? Okay, that's my purpose in this life, is to help you with your health so that you have the energy to push out and to live your purpose, okay? And in order for me to help you, I need you to sign up for a strategy session. Go to gritgym.com/SS, and we will sit down and we will get real with this thing, and we will help you as best as we possibly can. But go to gritgym.com/SS. These are the 5 things that you can do immediately. I mean, immediately. You can get on the phone with us right now. You can go to gritgym.com/SS and sign up for a strategy session right now, and we can go through how are we going to implement your high-intensity interval training that works for you so that you don't get injured. How are we going to put the right exercises in front of you for your resistance training so that you get the most out of them. How are we going to develop the plan around your nutrition so that you can incorporate it into your life so that your life doesn't revolve around food so that you can do your thing, okay? How are we going to actually make the hydration thing happen? And how are we going to make the recovery thing happen? Because, I mean, these are very conceptual, just extremely conceptual. We're going to dig into each one of these. Recovery, mindset, nutrition, and exercise. We need all of those. We need all 4. These are a version of all of them. There are 5 that you can do immediately. Please go to gritgym.com/SS, and we'll sit down and we'll get going with your plan so that when you are ready to go this summer, you can flip that shirt off and not think a thing of it.